Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm really excited to share something that can completely transform your life if you're feeling stuck or searching for more meaning. We're diving into a profound and inspiring book called The Magic of Surrender by Kute Blackson. This book is packed with life-changing wisdom, and today, I'm going to give you a detailed summary of the key ideas, share some powerful stories from the book, and show you how these lessons can lead to a life filled with fulfillment and abundance. But before we get started, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified about future videos. If you've ever struggled with the idea of letting go or wondered how to embrace life's challenges rather than resist them, this is for you. Surrender, as Kute explains it, is the key to unlocking your highest potential. But don't get it twisted. Surrender is not about giving up or being passive. Instead, it's about allowing life to unfold in ways that are often beyond what we can imagine or plan for ourselves. So let's dive into the magic of surrender and discover how this concept can help you find more joy, peace, and prosperity. The power of surrender, a radical shift in perspective. Let's start with the central idea of the book, surrender. Kute Blackson opens up by challenging the traditional meaning of surrender. For most of us, surrender means giving up, losing control, or even accepting defeat. But the magic of surrender redefines it entirely. In this book, surrender is about letting go of the need to control every aspect of your life and trusting the process instead. One of the stories Kute shares to illustrate this is deeply personal. He talks about his own journey of surrender, which began when his mother was diagnosed with cancer. As you can imagine, this was an incredibly difficult time for him. He found himself grappling with feelings of helplessness, fear, and sadness. Kute talks about how he initially tried to control the situation, desperately searching for solutions, doctors, and treatments that could fix everything. But no matter how hard he tried, things didn't go the way he planned. At one point, he realized that all his efforts to control the situation were only causing him more pain. It was in that moment that he understood the power of surrender, not as a form of giving up, but as a way of accepting what life was presenting him. He chose to surrender to the reality of the situation and trust that there was a higher plan at work. This surrender didn't take away his grief, but it brought him a sense of peace and acceptance that allowed him to be fully present with his mother during her final days. He realized that by trying to control everything, he had been missing the gift of the present moment. This story sets the stage for the rest of the book. It shows that surrendering isn't about resigning to your fate or passively accepting whatever happens. Instead, it's about finding freedom in the unknown, trusting that life's challenges are part of a greater journey, letting go of control. The illusion of security. One of the key lessons Kute emphasizes is that the need to control everything in life is rooted in fear. We fear the unknown, so we try to create security by holding on to plans, people, and circumstances. But here's the truth. Control is an illusion. Kute tells another story about a woman he worked with who was deeply unhappy in her career. She had spent years in a corporate job that paid well, but left her feeling unfulfilled. Despite her dissatisfaction, she stayed because she feared what would happen if she left. She feared losing her financial stability, disappointing her family, and not knowing what to do next. Sound familiar? One day, after a particularly rough week, she finally decided to surrender to the fact that she wasn't happy and that staying in the job was no longer serving her. This wasn't a reckless decision. It was a conscious act of surrender. She didn't have another job lined up, and she didn't know what her next step would be, but she trusted that by letting go of what wasn't working, something better would come along. And guess what? Within a few months, she found an opportunity that was more aligned with her passions and purpose. She ended up starting her own business, something she had always dreamed of but had been too afraid to pursue. Kute's message here is clear. When we surrender the need to control every outcome, we open ourselves up to possibilities we never even imagined. Sometimes, the universe has a better plan for us than the one we're holding on to. Embracing uncertainty, the gateway to growth. Another central theme in the magic of surrender is learning to embrace uncertainty. We live in a world where we are conditioned to seek certainty, to plan, and to know exactly what's coming next. But the truth is, life is full of uncertainty, and no matter how much we try to control things, there will always be moments where we just don't know what's going to happen. Kute shares the story of his own career as a speaker and coach. He talks about how, early in his career, he had meticulously planned out every detail of his life. He had a vision board, goals, and strategies to get where he wanted to go. But despite all of his plans, things didn't always go as expected. He faced rejection, obstacles, and moments where nothing seemed to be working. It was during these times of uncertainty that Kute learned one of the most important lessons of his life. Growth happens when we step into the unknown. He realized that every time he surrendered to uncertainty, new opportunities would present themselves, opportunities he could never have planned for. This is where the magic happens. One of the most powerful lines in the book is when Kute says, "You don't have to know where you're going to get to exactly where you need to be." This is a call to trust the process of life, to be willing to step into the unknown, and to have faith that you are always being guided. The trap of the ego. How letting go leads to true freedom. A big part of surrender is letting go of the ego. The ego is that part of us that wants to be in control, that craves recognition, and that constantly seeks external validation. The ego is always trying to prove something, whether it's proving that we're worthy, proving that we're successful, or proving that we're right. In The Magic of Surrender, Kute shares a story about a high-profile client he worked with who was incredibly successful by society's standards. He had the money, the career, and the status, but he was miserable. No matter how much he achieved, he never felt satisfied. He was always chasing the next big thing, hoping it would fill the emptiness he felt inside. Kute helped him see that his misery was rooted in his attachment to the ego. He was living a life based on what others expected of him rather than what his soul truly desired. The turning point came when he surrendered the need to prove himself to the world. He let go of the identity he had built around his career and achievements and began to focus on what truly mattered to him. This story is a powerful reminder that true freedom comes not from achieving external success, but from letting go of the need to seek validation outside of ourselves. When we surrender the ego's grip on our lives, we open the door to living more authentically and aligning with our true purpose. Faith and surrender. Trusting the bigger picture. Throughout the book, Kute emphasizes the importance of having faith. This doesn't necessarily mean religious faith, though it can if that resonates with you. Faith, in the context of The Magic of Surrender, is about trusting the larger plan of the universe, even when things don't make sense or when life feels challenging. Kute shares a story about a man who lost his job unexpectedly. At first, he was devastated and panicked about what he was going to do next. But after some reflection, he decided to surrender to the situation and trust that something better was coming. Rather than focusing on what he had lost, he focused on what he could create. Within a few months, he found a new job that not only paid more but also aligned with his passion for helping others. He later realized that losing his previous job was one of the best things that ever happened to him because it pushed him to pursue something that truly fulfilled him. The lesson here is that sometimes what seems like a setback is actually a setup for something greater. When we surrender to life's twists and turns, we begin to trust that everything is happening for our highest good, even if we can't see it in the moment. How surrender leads to fulfillment and abundance. So how does all of this lead to a life of fulfillment and abundance? The answer lies in the magic of surrender. When we surrender, we stop resisting life. We let go of the need to control every detail and open ourselves to the flow of the universe. This is where true abundance comes from. Not from forcing things to happen, but from allowing life to unfold in ways that are often beyond what we can plan. Kute teaches us that fulfillment comes from living in alignment with our true selves, not from chasing external success or trying to control every outcome. When we surrender to the flow of life, we experience more joy, peace, and prosperity, not because we're constantly striving for more, but because we're living in harmony with who we truly are. Conclusion: The Magic of Surrender by Kute Blackson is a life-changing book that teaches us how to let go of control, embrace uncertainty, and trust in the flow of life. Through powerful stories and practical wisdom, Kute shows us that surrender is not about giving up, but about finding freedom in the unknown. It's about letting go of the ego's need to control and opening ourselves to the magic and abundance that life has to offer. If you're ready to live a life of fulfillment and abundance, I highly recommend reading this book. It will inspire you to release limiting beliefs, trust in the process, and experience the true magic of surrender. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. Let me know in the comments what part of surrender you're most curious about or struggling with. Let's have a conversation. Until next time, remember, surrender is the gateway to your most fulfilling and abundant life.
Please subscribe to my channel if you have not done it yet, and don't forget to click the notification button. I hope you guys learned and enjoyed this video. Thank you, and have a great day.